Steven, why would you say fuck Flo again? That's insane. We got to stop that. Hey, what is up, guys? Wallow Jay here, and I'm here with my co-host. Egg, say what's up to the peoples.
What's up to the peoples?
Joining us also, our other co-host. He is a dream. The dream, Stephen Aiken. Say what's up, Stephen.
What's up, Steven?
Yeah, what's up, man? Egg, you missed it last week. That's what happened. I had hit the button and it
It
worked
never
out.
happened.
And we're like,
Oh no, I listened. I watched it. I watched it, guys. I mean, I've been busy, but I still pay attention to the team.
It's
all right. You
all
were cheering
jokes.
us on from the sidelines and stuff, right?
Indeed,
Yeah,
guys.
all
I
right,
mean,
whatever.
let's
Go ahead, tell us
lay,
what you think.
lay it out there. I mean, I'm about to move. I'm about to move cross country. I'm going Pacific time. I'm wrapping up time with my workout here, and they are squeezing every bit of the egg out of him they can get. I'm doing like double time of work. It is tough, but and just moving regular is rough. So you know, yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry, team. Sorry I haven't been here. Like I said, it's been rough, but I'm here always. Team PGF Insiders will be there, and this will be great though because when PGF World Season 7 comes out, we're gonna be riding in Egghead's car, so I'll be able to
In the
just drive
hoopty.
us. Yeah, we'll be able to
Yeah,
just
boy.
I'll be able to just drive there. Screw the Uber. We got a ride now, so it'll be good. It'll be good.
Nah, man, you're gonna have to get there when the athletes get there, though. We're gonna have to get there when staff gets there, so we can't ride together.
Thank you, Stephen. So yes. As you can see up, I believe this way. I will be going to the September 28th qualifier. I not naughty pics, but I sent pictures to prove to Wallow that I can hit 205. And my goal will be to hit to the 205 qualifier in Las Vegas. Likely, hey man, I'm just a baby purple, just like my little plumage, coming out here. Just gonna hit, probably get my keister kicked, but I will be at the qualifier. I will take my shot at the qualifier because Teddy Roosevelt and all that. It's not the critic who counts, but I'm at least going to try to be that guy in the arena for a second, and then probably commentate the rest of the qualifier. To be very honest, I mean, hey, listen.
You know what'd be great if they allow you to introduce yourself. That'd be awesome too.
Well, that's Steven's job. That's not mine.
Yeah, but he's
I'm
not
just
gonna be
a
there.
stats guy.
Call your own walkout.
Like they have you as the announcer that day, and you call everybody out, and when it's your turn, it's like, now coming to the motherfucking match. What's up?
He's already
Tripod
here.
Warrior,
He's been
what's
here for
up?
years. I got you. I
Yeah,
like
for
it.
sure, bro.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
fun.
amazing. But yeah, so I know we've talked about it, but what's driving the decision? You just want to be part of that history of guys that's gonna be etched in all the qualifiers and all that stuff.
I mean, my kids laughingly call this my midlife crisis. Just this whole jujitsu thing, but this is not my midlife crisis. This is my love, like all of us. I love this stuff. And for Steven over there, I mean, when they had that weight class that I could have clearly made, I was really bummed. I was not told about it. I mean, back then I could have been like a dunkable, and maybe even made the season. Just got my been dunked on by Steven and others, and I surely would have.
For sure.
For sure, no question. But I would have loved it. Would have loved it for that week. But I love the PGF. I love it. It is something I care about, more than anything, other than my family, that it is something I love. And if I have a shot, you only get so many shots in life, and I'm on I'm on the downward slide. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'm 45. I will be probably the oldest or one of the oldest qualifier participants. But at least gotta give it a shot. At least I want to go through life with saying I was just a commentator and a fantasy guy for PGF. I mean, at least got to give it my shot. I mean, like I said, I know I'm not. Shit. Come on, guys. I'm a stats guy. I know. Baby purple. Maybe I can like sneak like 1 or 2 wins in. Maybe. I mean, if that's it, I'll be so pumped. But you know what? I gotta give it my shot.
So what are you going to be doing to prepare for this qualifier? It's September 28th. That's several months. I know you're moving across country. That's going to take a lot of your time, and you're not going to be able to get in, as much as you would for sure if you were able to be settled somewhere. With your timeline, maybe not being specific right now, what's your preparation you think going to be like going up to that qualifier in September?
Well, the first thing is I have my son here, the man child, who's bigger than me. He's hopefully becoming starting defensive tackle first football team.
They're doing Oklahoma drills, Steven. That's
not
what they're
that,
doing.
not that. So hopefully starting tomorrow, we're gonna do a lot of like conditioning type things, so I can get him faster and stronger, and hopefully that'll make me faster and stronger. I can make 205 right now, but I'd like to make 205 as like a solid, like dangerous 205. Right now I can make 205 like cutting water weight, but if I can like get there stronger, I think that would give me an advantage. I will get to Southern California around the 21st of July. And with the blessing of the peoples, I'm hoping to start training at 10th Planet Oceanside. So maybe work on my leg lock game, because obviously we know that that's a big piece of everything. I've been training at a traditional Gracie gym for 3 years, and they're amazing. I mean, my Charlottesville, Gracie Charlottesville is amazing. They're phenomenal gym, great people. Demons at the Dom at 6 a.m. My crew has been like family. But we get work on our leg locks. I mean, we do on no-gi days. We like train like crazy on leg locks, or at least for drills, just positioning and stuff like that. But if I get to 10th Line Oceanside, the freaks over there should hopefully stabilize and improve my defenses and stuff like that. So I think, conditioning and, showing up at blind spots, and, then I will at least go out there and hopefully not disappoint the insiders, in the crew. And to be honest, let's be honest. We all know that all, qualifiers are sub or branded decision. And we very well know that if it comes to brand decision, Egghead ain't getting it, because Egghead's got a job.
Get that nepotism, baby. Let's go.
No,
Yeah.
we got anti-nepotism because Egghead's got a job. Like, hey, dude, get behind the fucking desk.
Mm-hmm. Brandon likes a good storyline, though.
He's gonna be like, this ain't the Lakers over here, baby.
There you go.
And with our second round pick.
So I mean, is Steven gonna put in a good word for you in Oceanside and be like, yo, this is my boy, welcome him in?
For sure, man. Of course, if he needs a good word, I would definitely do that. And speaking, on the training, I haven't been to Oceanside in a number of years at this point, but I'm sure they have everything that you might need to be prepared for a PGF season. It'd just be a matter of finding the right schedule, that you would have based on what's available to make sure you're getting all the stuff, and it just is what it is, that's exciting to know that you'll be able to get that kind of stuff in. And, at first I was definitely in the, man, I really wish we could talk him out of this idea kind of camp, and didn't want to see you like get hurt maybe, or, just
I'll tap, brother.
kind of.
It's okay.
I know that's what I'm saying. Just kind of catastrophizing it a little bit for no reason, just because we care about you and stuff and don't want to see you get hurt. But being a little bit removed from that initial like shock of hearing that you were going to do it, I'm kind of excited. I've been kind of dealing with this in a way at my own gym with a student friend guy that trains with us that I have. He's older and did a tournament that was today actually against a bunch of younger guys, and he's not able to put in as much work as he could before, back in his previous life, and would have been, really, a lot better off having more time available, but career, family obligations, et cetera, and entered a tournament that was definitely all younger, strapping, up and coming type of grapplers, and I was pretty like against, same with you, just kind of be like, man, you don't want to protect him from getting out there and like getting hurt or whatever, I don't know. And today he didn't win, he lost in the first round, but he actually looked well. Maybe the preparation would have helped, maybe not, or whatever, but he got to go out there and like swing the sword. He feels good about what happened, and I don't know, maybe we take it a little too serious sometimes in that way, and just letting people get out there and do the thing is really what it's all about at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm excited to see you get out there and get a chance to like feel the mats under your feet out there for a PGF event, man. It's definitely unlike anything else that you could do. So definitely, man, I'm excited. And again, hope for the best, but we all kind of know the deck stacked against you. Maybe we'll get a bunch of decisions where Brandon will pick for you.
Wait, hold on.
Absolutely
Let me paint this perfect scenario. Egg wins the qualifier. He's not.
I'm sorry. Thank you, sir.
Egg wins the qualifier. Brandon's got no other option than to let him in because he did win the qualifier. Kevin Sherrill goes to Nashville and completely shits the bed. Doesn't get in.
He's the new stats guy.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry, Kev, you've been demoted. Y'all been laterally moved. I don't know how we would say this.
First of all, no, you're not taking my job. Second handsome Kevin. No, I have my job.
Listen,
I'm keeping my job.
Not only would he replace Egg as the stats guy, but on the podcast too, because Egg will be competing, and
no, I can do both. I've proven this. So, not to go too far into it.
It was nice knowing you, man. Like, this was fun. Prior to you becoming an athlete.
No, gentlemen. In a recent course, a certification course I had to take to assume my new job where I'm moving to, I not only was a student, but I also taught a third of the damn class. So it's the same damn thing, guys.
Player coach. He's gonna coach his own team.
That's right. I'll come out. Coach if I have to be a competitor, I will come out. I'll get on the mats, and then when I'm done, I'll give some notes to the guy that's gonna take my place. Like, hey, here's Egghead's stats, etc. Then I'll come back, talk the stats, and then I'll come back, in the mats. I can do both. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Man, you having your cake and you want to eat it. All of it too. You don't even want
hey, it's called life, my friends.
Hey, listen, talking about this stuff though, like doing double jobs, doing the commentary for PGF is one job that you do, and you've gotten good at it. You found your role, and that's cool. A couple weeks ago, I did Summit Grappling Championships.
Hell yeah, brother.
I did the ring announcing. Their normal guy couldn't make it, so I went out and did that in Biloxi. So thank you, Jamie Houston, for letting me do that. It was a cool opportunity to go get some reps. They have like 46 matches scheduled plus everything else. They do an absolute right after and all those things. Did we lose Wallow?
It's fine.
Either way, yeah, maybe a better show. But it was really fun. You know, you got to do a bunch of different, you know, announcings with people I didn't know, trying to announce cities and teams and people's names and, you know, a bunch of different stuff like that. But he had asked if I could help jump in and do a little bit of the commentary also. And so at first I was like, yeah, definitely, sure. And I got so like jumbled because a couple of the early matches were like ending quickly. And so as soon as I would like sit down, put the headset on, be like, what's up? It'd be over. I'd have to jump up. I didn't see who won. I'd be like, who won? Can you tell me who won?
Listen,
So
I watched. I bought the pay per view to support my boy who was
thank
working
you.
that night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And after like the 23rd match, when you said we still got another 20 to go, I'm like,
God bless America.
you know what? I support it. I have to go. I can't watch the rest
it's
of
a lot.
these.
It's a lot.
It was a long pay per view. But hey, listen, I supported the community.
So did I jump back on the commentary before you had got off yet?
Bro, you were giving out T-shirts too, bro.
Okay, so yeah, I was trying to hustle like that, and that was another thing. Is like we have our sponsors with the PGF, but they had a booth set up. Jiu-Jitsu Bomb, get you a little fanny pack. I got one. It's cool. They got little designs in them. They got cool shirts and stuff. So that anyway, shout them out. Anyway, they were nice guys either way. Roger Maddox, he was one of the competitors. He's been around for a while. He's from the area. So it was cool to get to watch him compete and see his brand. So et cetera, et cetera. But I jumped back in about halfway through and started commentating and doing the announcing a little bit. So wearing two hats is definitely a different thing. Cause I was like, oh yeah, I got this announcing part or the ring walkout part. You know, it's going to be different than the guy that y'all normally have for sure. It's not going to be the same like at all probably. But I feel like I had a good rhythm once I got started with it, you know, like always. I had to mess it all up in the beginning. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want to see you having to run, you know, two different jobs, man. It'd be a lot of stress in a week-long environment like that.
I mean, Steven, I mean, first of all, you're the consummate professional. I mean, my favorite photo the Wallow ever took was you behind the scenes, PGF season 2. You working on your notes. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, 3 was the 3. My apologies.
Yeah, sorry.
But anyways, regardless,
it all runs together.
I mean, because we all been there. We've been there, done that, man. I mean, but Steven, it's part of the love we have for you. Is that you care so much and you put so much effort into it and you really bring it every freaking time. And I know, I mean, if they had you replace me, you would kill it. I know it because you care. And
that would be so weird now.
No,
it'd be weird now. That was supposed to be my job, kind of like in a way.
It was.
But I wouldn't have been like the stats guy though. Like it would have been different if it was me, Lindsay, and Matt. It would have been completely different than with you jumping into that role and me jumping into the position I did.
Because you would have been more like you and Matt would have been somewhat competing for the play-by-play because that's your skill. You know what's going on. I mean, you're that black belt that sees the things, that's coaching the things. Whereas I bring something totally different because I'm like, you know, now a plumage purple belt. But you know, yes. No, I don't have the full purple gear. Apparently, there's not enough purple clothes in Charlottesville. We'll do that for one other show. But you know, I have a different perspective. But the point being, I was saying was that Steven, I mean, the dedication and the care that you bring to everything about the PGF, anything they ask you to do, you're not going to park. I know it. Period.
We'll try. We're going to try. So, yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. So, speaking of other things going on, what do you guys think about this CJI thing now? It's getting crazy. We see more and more things going on, more and more people jumping in.
The Rotolos was a surprise to me.
Is this it for ADCC? Is this it?
I mean, I don't think it's. There's room for everybody. I think. I mean, who's got the best card? Probably CJI right now. But you know, did I lose you guys?
No, you didn't. So I mean,
all right.
Well, to your point, here's the thing. CGI was a movement by the competitors.
Right.
All right. It is an uprising. It is a strike, if you will. It is a power to the people that happens to be just really well funded. And it had to be the same week. It had to be the same time. It had to compete. And we've already seen where CGI has forced ADCC to change its rules. They're gonna pay show money. Now they have ladies and the guys getting paid the same as winners. No, CGI is legit. It's amazing. I'm it's somewhat a little bit sad that it had to happen, but the fact that it did and the fact that they did it is remarkable. It's amazing.
I mean, what's sad though, because the guys are still competing. They're just competing on a different show. You're still going to.
Well, I mean, no. The idea of it being sad is that, like, hey, if ADCC is our Olympics for grapplers. The idea should be that, okay, the Olympics should set you up. All right, if you were going to be an Olympic champion, if you will, by being ADCC champ, you should be getting paid. I mean, every 2 years, that's your time to be the man, and not only getting your flowers for just being a champ, you should be getting freaking paid, because it takes a lot of dedication, training, time, coaches, travel. I mean, that I'm not saying like they should be like a gazillionaire. I mean, I'm pumped that CGI is giving them $1 million for the winners. That's amazing. But crap, I mean, at least how much money do you think they spent preparing, training, trying, grinding to take a shot at ADCC? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, at least 50 grand. Come on.
I guess I wasn't shaking my head at you. I was shaking my head at D here in the comments that didn't pop up. We can read them before they come up on the screen for everybody else. You really hurt my feelings when you said that. But otherwise, I kind of agree with what you were saying. Also, Egg, just not the as usual part, just this time. I think it is a little bit sad in a way. Not that the athletes aren't getting to compete and they aren't getting a chance to make some money and things like that. That's great. But a little bit sad in the way that ADCC was building towards this thing, and it felt like there was like a feeling of something that was about to happen.
Yeah.
Felt like it was going to be this thing that was going to do it. And they're not going to be able to do it. And so it's kind of like we had this expectation. Everybody bought these tickets. Like multiple people have bought tickets. They're now selling to try to go to CJI or what, et cetera, et cetera. So it is a little bit sad that we don't get to see the thing kind of come to fruition that we had all kind of been looking to. But like you said, all the other things, hold up and are true. And that's why it's happened. That's why we saw the PGF do what it did this year, the CJI, Sapaterio's making big, like everybody's making moves to pay the athletes because everybody understands that that's the way it's going. That's the only way it's going to
be. The evolution of the sport.
If you want the best guys, you got to pay them now.
Well, I mean, as you're saying, like we saw this crescendo happening, right? I mean, ADCC was just like, holy crap. I mean, the last one was amazing. It was crazy. All the people in the stands. I mean, I didn't make it. I choose PGF over ADCC every time because I can only go so many times, away from the fam. But I mean, one can talk about it. It was phenomenal seeing all those people there. But hey, guys, guess what? If it's that amazing, if the production's that amazing, if you're getting all those subs on Flow, because we have to sub on Flow so we can actually watch the thing if we're not there, pay the guys. Period. Right? I mean, it's not hard. I mean, keeping the championship being $10,000 for 10 plus years. I mean, crap, guys. Inflation's a damn thing.
Y'all tried to buy a gallon of milk recently?
Whew, man, I got it. My kids,
hard out here.
It is insane. But anyways, I'm pumped. Craig says, you know what? Hey, you want challenges to be better? I'll do it. And he's doing it. And he's got everyone involved. And that's the real show. Wallow, I might actually be seeing you out there because I'm just going to drive again.
About that.
Oh.
Looks like might not be going. So
Oh.
I have tickets, but I'm going to choose to stay home to watch CJI, and I can watch ADCC also.
I got you, man. I mean, I get to my new job and talk to them about how much I want to keep going to Vegas so much. So we'll see.
I want to go, but we'll see. We'll see.
When is it? What are the dates?
I'll talk to you off
exactly?
air. I'll tell you what's popping. I'll tell you off air.
No worries.
But what are the dates? What are the dates on it?
August
I forgot off the top of my
16,
head.
17, and 18, I believe. Because I believe CJI is August 16 and 17, and then ADCC is the 17 and 18, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe CJI is Friday, Saturday, and then ADCC is Saturday, Sunday.
I don't know. I mean, I can probably make it for the Saturday, but again, I'll be driving from SoCal, so who knows? We'll figure it out.
I mean, as far as the card,
it's interesting.
I mean, they're still kind of both stacked. If you look at the names, they're like, oh fuck, ADCC still got some.
I mean, they're not chumps, but I mean,
no,
but if you
not at
talk
all.
about the lower weights, it's CGI. No question.
Like my thing with the whole ADCC thing is like, they're not paying, but are we gonna watch? Yeah, probably gonna watch. So
of course, I mean, I still have my Flow subscription because I need to see all the matches people have in other forums.
I'm probably going to somebody's house to watch it because I'm not paying for Flow.
Pardon the
sorry, you ain't getting my money.
Yeah. So
but, yeah,
I mean,
free. No.
Going back to the PGF, I listened to BMAC, the Brand McCatherine, the commish, talk to Robert Garza, I believe, talks with Rob on his podcast, and he said that essentially all the spots are filled except for the qualifiers.
Oh.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been out of it, guys. Like I said, I've been stuck in.
Say that again.
That Brandon, the commish, has said that almost all the invitational picks have been given and granted. He's just remaining, these three qualifiers that we have around us. About that, that's about all the spots left. So I don't know. Gentlemen, have you heard more than I have? I mean,
at some point, I'm sure he's gonna drop those names to us because we have to, probably try to get a few guys on.
I mean, for sure. And similarly to what to what Wallow was saying in some ways, like, and you too, I've been sort of out of the loop on it all. We're a little bit in this sort of downtime from PGF stuff, and summertime here, got young children at home on their summer vacation, so I've been doing other things besides sitting here reading everybody's commentary on whatever they think about all this jiu-jitsu stuff and everybody who's going where, doing what. So yeah, I'm not pressing. I haven't asked him, but I'm sure if he has the information and we ask him, he'll probably tell us. He'll probably already drop it in the chat now because he's probably listening or something, or he'll see this and he'll let us know now because he thinks we want to know.
Yeah, we want to know.
That's usually how it is.
It's how we are.
Like
We're David Insiders. Don't be telling like somebody like, hey, almost all the spots are filled, and
it's just
it's
just a tease. He don't. There's probably nobody guaranteed. He's just teasing.
Did he give out a name or anything?
No.
Wow.
You know how he is. He'll play that game.
I saw him on the UFC YouTube this morning.
He'll be like, "Hey, Brandon, can you tell us who's on?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, yeah, he loves that game. He loves that game. I'm just saying, I really enjoyed his talks with Robert Garza, podcast interview. And one of the things he hit, and some of the Stevens was talking about earlier, is that we've had so many reps at this now because the PGF, it is essentially like 6 events every season, because every day is its own event, and we've gotten so many damn reps that we really are mastering our craft. But what I saw or what I heard, pardon me, in his interview with Talks with Rob is like the boss man himself is getting his reps because he is getting even better encapsulating and describing the PGF and what it is and how it is different, the comparative advantage it has to everything else. It was a very good interview. So talks with Rob, Brent McCatherine, recommend it to everyone listening. It's a good podcast interview.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
What's the name of it?
Talks with Rob. I know.
Talks with Rob.
Yeah, Robert Garza. Golf Alpha Romeo Zulu Alpha.
Yeah. You can give me his coordinates too.
Oh,
I can
found
give
it.
you his.
Oh, it's episode 1. Okay.
Yeah, he's the first episode. I mean, if you want me to, locate him, I can. Wallow.
I found it on my shit already. Very cool. I will check that out.
No, good interview. But he talks about the beginning of the PGF, which we've all heard of a number of times. But it seems like he really hit a stride for discussing it and very quickly talking about the benefits and the comparative advantage it has to every other tournament, which it still kind of irks me when people still call the PGF a tournament. It's not a freaking tournament; it's a season, baby. It's a league. That's part of the beauty of it, the storytelling.
This motherfucker getting into fights in a parking lot with motherfuckers.
I just heard that voice though. Just sounded like
tournament.
Matthew McConaughey from Half Baked or whatever.
All right. I knew that.
It's a league, baby.
It is.
Be a lot cooler if you did call it a league.
So, but that's the thing is like, it's so revolutionary that you have to kind of like break the mindset of people a little bit because and we've seen this before. A lot of people want to keep calling it a tournament. It's not a tournament. It's a league because there's a season. There's a preseason, which we have around us. 3 preseason qualifiers. Then we have a league. Of the 4 days of the regular season where each competitor gets 3 matches per day, and then if you qualify because you submit enough people, you get to the postseason. It's sports, guys. I mean, like we've all kept saying, it's amazing. Pardon me, I'm just pumped about the PGF. I've been out the podcast for a couple weeks, and I'm crazy about the move, and it's just welling up in me that I'm just pumped up the PGF, guys.
Just bro.
It sounds good, man. Like I'm hyped too, and all these new changes and things that are happening are gonna be smaller than the changes that we'd seen over previous seasons. I think because, like you said, we've gotten more settled and we've gotten better at explaining and understanding ourselves exactly what the PGF is and what we want it to be like and sound like and look like and everything like that too. So when you see changes, I doubt they'll be, at least to the game itself, as big of a difference going forward, probably as we've had seen before, because I think we have kind of nailed down a little bit better each time exactly what the format and the talking points and staging and timing and everything that kind of goes along with it has gotten better because we've done so many reps each season. But now being into going to season 7, it's just getting better at the efficiency points. And I think now knowing what we lacked in season 6 on the production side already being shored up based on conversations that we had months ago. It feels like then it's going to just get easier and better again than it had for season 6. Now that we're all comfortable being in Las Vegas, and it's going to be at the same venue, and we're going to be comfortable going in and out and knowing exactly what to expect, and where the cleaners are, and how much time it takes to get so it's great to be able to get better at something like this or whatever. That's a new skill set, and it's still within the same world that I've been operating in and around for a long time. So it's really cool. It makes it a lot of fun to be able to be with people who are really striving. Always, all of us typically are always trying to get better at whatever it is that we're doing for the seasons. And if you don't, then you don't come back to the to the next season. It's just kind of how it is. It's like, it's just, if you don't want to be there, then that's okay. Somebody will fill the gap somehow, some way. It's cool. It's very cool. And I think seeing the team getting spread out now and getting opportunities, lots of the people who are working with us are now doing other projects. And I think that this launched that opportunity for them in a big way. So it's very cool. Wallow and I were talking about that a lot. There's a ton of FOMO when I'm scrolling social media. So I've been trying to stay off everything, trying not to see what what everybody's doing, so I don't feel like, oh, I gotta be here and I gotta be there, or if I'm not doing this, I feel like I'm falling behind, or if I'm not doing this, then whatever. So it's definitely been a wild and fun ride, but there's a lot that we can still do, and I'm just enjoying the PGF and taking the opportunities as they come, rather than forcing myself to be in the mix of everything, trying to be everywhere all the time in that way too. So it's cool, man. I think we're all finding our stride here very well, and season 7 is gonna be crazy. So
hell yeah.
I haven't been speaking about it as much, but I'm definitely more excited than I was going into season 6, going into season 7.
What I like about our crew is that we all have a role, and it was like we all kind of like fell into it. It was like, man, you like this stuff because the announcing, that's your WWE background right there, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Egg with his stats and me with my photography. It was like, oh, we got this hole right here, and then you have the camera guys, all the guys that that operate the gimbals. It's like holes plugged. It's like everybody fits into like this.
That's a big ass dude. Damn.
I'm telling you, the man child is bigger than me.
He almost hit his head walking up those stairs.
I mean, he's dangerous.
Hey, listen,
he can't make 205.
When he starts paying,
no. He's walking
how
around
much
like
is he weighing now?
255, 260.
He's huge.
I mean, because that's
how much is that food bill?
Oh fuck! It's a lot. I mean, I'm yeah. Let's just say I'm a bargain shopper, but I'm still luckily well employed by the federal government. Thank God.
He goes outside, like, you see any cows out there? You're like, no. He's like, that's right.
Yeah, because I kill them. I slash them all up. Yeah. No, he's massive.
Maybe one day he'll take care of you, bro. Maybe he'll make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Somewhere, some way, he'll make it. Maybe not in whatever y'all talking about, but he'll make it at something.
No, he is. But yes, he is. And it's so funny because when I was taking all the football camps, put him in front of all the coaches, through so that put the videos on my Facebook and stuff like that. All my friends like, damn, dude, he's so much more athletic than you. Like, thanks, guys. Thanks.
That was the goal, though, right?
I mean, yeah, that means it's a double-edged sword, right? You want them to be better, the American dream. You want them to have a better life than you. But man, the fact that he's that much athletic, more athletic than me. Yes, it's yeah, he definitely is. I mean, he's anyways, but that's proud papa, proud egghead.
Very cool, man.
You know, the only
No,
thing
man,
kills
I
me.
see that stuff, dude. I see you doing that stuff, man. I see you talking about him, and I got a 9-year-old who's about to be 10, a son and a daughter who's 7. So like I see all that stuff when you're talking about it, and I'm like, oh, that's not gonna be long. So I'm already like, treating my world better, seeing how
Yeah,
you're operating in yours. So definitely like, trying to learn from other people, experience, not right and wrong, but just seeing how you speak about it and the things that you guys have all been through,
yeah.
it's something that kind of, for all of us to think about. So that's very cool to see. And
Steven,
very cool.
he kind of destroyed my world the other day. He said, by the time you stopped deploying, I was gone.
Mm,
Because
man.
it was decided while I was in the Indian Ocean that he was going to be living with his grandparents for high school, and so I missed a lot of that time, that time to make a man, and it. I'm just saying the point that you're making. I'm just kind of like doubling down a little bit, if you will,
No, and I appreciate
because your 9-year-old, as you said, like that, he's gonna be gone. So I mean, you're killing it. You're getting other opportunities, and you have the opportunity to bring him to your gym and stuff like that. But I'm
yeah,
telling
man.
you, every second you have,
Nah, for sure.
appreciate it and bring him in, because in a heartbeat, he's I mean, you're massive. So I mean, maybe won't be as big as you.
No,
But
he's projected to be bigger.
there you go. There you
He's
go.
huge. He's huge for his
So
size.
and,
And he's very smart,
in a freaking second, you're gonna be looking up at him and saying, "Where's my little boy?" Because I mean, I used to hold him like a football, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, man.
So
No,
it's
Now
definitely.
he goes like, "Make me a sandwich, bro."
cook me a steak, Dad, or chicken. What we got for protein, bro?
Mm.
Yeah,
No, man, it's very cool. Like I said, I really am trying to do all those things, and so opportunities that I feel like personally that I want, personally that I
yeah,
want to go try to take, and like things that I should, air quotes, should be doing to go get these other kind of opportunities to put myself in a higher position or whatever that is, as far as like this stuff goes with commentary or you know announcing or whatever it is, or that all takes away from here and takes me away from home, and working a lot, on in the business and everything already takes me away a lot, in those ways as well. So I've definitely been trying to cut back on as much like extra stuff as I possibly can, and it's made some people upset, I'm sure, and we've lost clients in a way, I'm sure, and balance is not really like a thing that exists. Sorry, Travis, I just saw that pop up too. We just try to find whatever is close to balance as possible, and do the best that we can. My dad worked a lot too when I was little. um, he drove trucks though, so he was
yeah.
gone a lot, and would be out doing that, and so yeah, so like I feel that I miss those opportunities in some ways. So I want to be able to be here
Yeah.
and have these conversations about whatever kind of stuff is going on, whatever, if something's happening, good or bad. I'd like to be able to be there to just hear it, and be
Mhm.
able to listen and know, not even have to like say anything all the time.
Just presence, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a really weird thing because I feel it on days because working, they'll be with their mom for stuff, and it's like I'll hear about something that happened. It's like, oh man, that sounded like it would have been really fun to be able to be there and do all that. But work or whatever, requires that I be somewhere else, and that's necessary sometimes, and it's not wrong, and it's not wrong for me to have to do it. It's just something that needs to be taught, and explained to them also at the same time that I have to do things, but there's also times that I can choose to not do stuff and be with you instead. Thankfully, I'm my own boss. I'm not required to listen to the government as much about where I have to be every day. So I do get a little bit more choice with that. But man, uh I definitely feel that because I get asked a lot more, more and more about, are you going to be here? Are you going to be at work? Are you going to be here? Are you going to be at work? And I know what that means. So, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do and just do our best. And so, like I said, I see what you do and I see what you're doing, man. And so I respect it and I appreciate it, and I'm sure they do too.
Well, obviously, I saw you. One of the things that's selfishly been driving our schedule here is you coaching baseball, and
Yeah.
God bless you, man. I mean, coaching my
That
son,
was fun.
coaching my son in sports, best thing I ever did.
Mm.
So the fact that you're doing that, that hey, you're on the right track, man. I'm just saying, reinforcing that
I
you're on the right
appreciate it.
path. You're doing the best thing possible. Period. Sorry, go ahead, Wall.
No, bro. I'm not a parent. I'm listening. This is something that I cannot, give any input on because I'm not a
Yeah,
father.
we were talking about like PGF too, but like I'm, you know, it's just bittersweet because I'm coming to the end of a role. All right, so I've been a professor for 3 years now. I've been teaching, and one of the last things I do with every class is I talk to them about like some career advice, some life advice, and one is I give them an article called important versus urgent. Because we all get churn, we all get BS in life. Like, oh, this needs to be done right now. Like, does it really? Oh, it has to be done. Nah, no, it doesn't. Versus like, hey man, am I gonna watch my son's game tonight? Am I going to get, take care of the family on some issue or, and I tell all my subordinates, and I have for a number of years, if you got a family issue, I tell them, you go and on your way going to take care of them, you send me a text saying, hey, what you're doing. I got you. No question.
Mm.
I'm at, it's kind of funny over summer, going into, leadership and family matters issues here on the PGF Insiders.
Listen,
Because
it's important, man.
it is, because without that, you're not going to have people, right? Because if I want to retain people in my organization, I need them to know and their families to know that I care about them. And if they have an issue, I jokingly say that the NICU at the regional, best pediatric hospital in North Carolina, back when I was in North Carolina, knew me by face because so many of my subordinates had issues there with their kids, and I would be there because showing that presence and showing you cared matters. And it's just kind of reinforcing something that Brandon's always said, and it's a great quote that culture eats strategy for breakfast, and that's what the PGF is. And bring it back in is that we are actually, and that's my job here on the PGF Insiders to bring us back into the PGF. It is that we are a family. That like, my one of my favorite times of the year is just rooming with these knuckleheads on the screen right now when we share an Airbnb and
And the hookers and the blow.
well, that's Wallow, because he's a crazy
Not
single guy.
me.
I'm gonna out you right now, Wallow. Our Puerto Rican mom over here
I'm
bringing
kidding.
us
I'm kidding,
breakfast.
guys.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly. Because like I'm grumpy, without my caffeine, and while I was getting breakfast, and Steve was working on his notes for his things, and this is the best. Is that fact we all are coming from different parts of the country, and we come together about something we love, and with people that we legitimately love, and the time we get to spend together, and the fact that we get to do this, watching and commentating and capturing on film the sport that we love. I don't know. It's amazing.
We got a question out here.
Okay.
AKA the mom, Brandon's the crazy uncle. Shit.
So, I mean, to be fair, Travis, Wallow is a kind of our Puerto Rican mom that makes us breakfast every morning.
He's the insider's mom, I guess.
Yeah, I'm probably the grumpy dad that's always like telling us that, okay, guys, 5 minutes till we get on the road. Come on, let's get it going, guys.
Oh man,
Steven's just Steven.
I'm just here, man. I'm the rebellious kid that also
Talent.
hears. I hear what you're saying. So
we
I
all
have
get
that
in a
tender
struggle
moment
like,
with you.
shit, I forgot my wallet. I gotta go back.
Hey, listen, I have ADHD, so
We all do. Come on, man.
I only forget important stuff. Okay.
Yo, so 205s next season,
What's up?
November.
I'm ready. I'm coming in. I'm gonna make weight for September 28th.
Really?
No,
205?
not really.
Yeah. God bless you, sir.
I was like, oh shit, here we go.
No, man. It was hard to make
had me going for a
225.
second.
It was super hard to make 225. So
Listen, after
You
talking
did it
to Paul,
twice,
I did.
which was like a true honor to you.
The second time was really hard. Really, really, really hard.
So for the fans out there, Steven also made it for the regular season, but he also came back for the postseason, which was a couple months after, and he wasn't told he had to, but he did because he's honorable. So he made back to 225 again.
Because I was gonna be way heavier.
Yeah.
Like honestly. And so I was like, I don't know that would be fair because I probably would have been of the guys who made the finale. Most of those guys weighed under 225, I think, normally. And so I would have been one of the only guys for our season, I think, that cut some weight to make it, that made it to the finale, I think. So I didn't want to I don't know. I didn't want anything not to be legit, as far as I could control it in that way. So that's the thing. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right, or, to the best of your abilities, or there's no reason to really be out here and doing it. Similar to what you said, I guess, about everything else. I was pretty insane during that season, leading up to it, during it, and right after it even. Still, being the competitor guy, trying to figure out, life on the other side, so to say, being a coach and school owner and everything, and also like not being being a competitor, but not being a competitor at the top of the game, kind of,
So was that kind of like you're like almost like stepping down from it?
That was it. Like there's tons of stuff. Like Isaac has tons of stuff where we're talking about it. That was my last run.
Your last hurrah
to be serious. Like I'll do other competitions. I've done other matches and things like that, but I haven't taken anything like super serious. I've done like one-offs
no camp, no nothing.
Yeah, just a couple weeks notice or something like that, and been training, and I'm in decent enough shape, and then kind of like prep to do the event, in a couple of weeks or something like that with a guy that I already kind of know. I think I've only had like 2 or 3 matches since then, and 2 of them have been with guys that I'm sort of familiar with. One was a good friend of mine that I did a match with, just kind of to get some reps, and then another guy was actually on the EBI card last time. Sean McCleary, he was getting ready for ADCC trials and stuff, and he's a South Georgia guy. We're not like teammates. We'd never rolled together or competed or anything, but I was like, I think he's trying to get reps for trials, and I'd like to see if I could just take him out. He ended up catching me, like 12 and a half minutes or whatever, but that's life. It is what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Just, I still compete for fun, but definitely that season 2 was the last like hurrah for me, as far as like throwing everything down, because of the things that we just kind of mentioned earlier, as far as family time and the commitment. I had already stepped away from MMA, years ago because of the time commitment. And then, it ended up being the same for jiu-jitsu when I was going to compete. Like I couldn't not prepare the same, like I still ended up giving as much time to jiu-jitsu competition as I did as for MMA when I was fighting. So it didn't really it only stopped the fighting when I retired. It didn't really stop all the extra training and time consuming work that it was putting in. So yeah, well, I had my school, like I said, had my school and everything at that point. So it was fun.
Do you still get the urge to be like, man, I bet you if I get like,
So there's a dude that made it.
I bet
And
you
this is what kind of triggered the conversation with Egghead in a way. Sort of, there's like a couple of guys that made it to trials, the second day of trials in North America and the West Coast that I had beaten within a reasonable amount of time. And then, so I've beaten guys at like a Naga that made it to trials final day or had good, stuff like that. So I was just like talking, so I'm like right there. I'm right there still. Technically, I think I'm just as good if you drew out the board as a lot of guys, but I don't put in the work that it would require to make it to that top echelon. So I don't do it. And I know that I wouldn't be able to put in the time that it takes to be that guy. And so I don't want to disrespect it. Like I would still fight if I thought I could. Like I would still do an MMA fight if I thought that I had time to prepare correctly for it. Like I love competition. I love to compete.
Don't do that, man.
No, I'm not. Like I'm trying to stand, firm in that decision with all that. There's not been an offer big enough for it for me to do it. But just like, yeah, it's still there. Like that's why I'm, that's why
You're
I'm
not dead yet.
still into it. Yeah, of course, right. I mean, I didn't even realize going into that season necessarily how far away from everybody I might have been age wise at that point. Even, a lot of those guys were a lot younger. And I didn't even Jake Elkins being one of the other older guys. He was like 32 or something. I don't know, like 6 years younger than I was. I was like, holy shit, this ain't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I wanted a bunch of like scrubs I could beat up on at this PGF thing. It got serious all of a sudden. You brought in some good grapplers, and I just needed to dunk on a bunch of people. I thought I was going to go get a bunch of wins. And yeah, Travis, that's true, man. Age comes wisdom, winning, losing. It is what it is.
I mean, part of the other thing is that your sharpness and your ability to improvise, in a moment during your announcing. I mean, in your in-ring interviews that are so awesome. You lob up those softballs for guys. That's skill. And if for some stupid reason, pardon me, you take a pride fight and do some MMA and you could be in the head, that can go away. There's no reason for that. I mean, you've done it. You got the T-shirt, my man. You don't have to prove anything to anyone.
No,
right now,
I know.
I mean, just talking to Wallow and the rest of Insiders, like just you teaching us at the gym. Holy crap, you're such a great instructor, and you're so phenomenal. As an announcer, why would you? Pardon me, but like you got it, man. You got your path. And you are amazing at it. Just do that.
You're doing what Steven was doing with you. He was being concerned about you doing the trial, the qualifier, and now you're about him doing.
No, I got you, but I mean, jiu-jitsu is different though. I mean, I'm not getting punched in the head. Like I'm a knowledge worker in my regular job. If I did some MMA or some stuff where like I did sparring where somebody's punching me in the head, yeah, that would be very problematic because the 20-pound brain is important. It's kind of integral to my job.
Yeah.
But if somebody if I'm a dumbass and somebody heel hooks me and breaks my leg, okay, that sucks. But That's just more VA benefits, guys. So thank you for your tax dollars. It'll be okay.
Shh.
Let me ask you this, Steven. What do you think it would take for you to come back to like be a competitive jujitsu guy on the scene and compete at that level that you want to compete?
I don't know, man. Like I don't know. That's it. I don't know if that. I don't know that I can. Like because like each part of this stuff takes a different part of me to do it. Right. Being the announcer is like one person. Being this guy on the podcast is different than the person who does the ring announcing. Uh, being the coach is different, than those things, and being a competitor is different than everything. Um, like you got to kind of be delusional, and you got to be selfish, and you can't care as much for other people when you're competing. I think to the best of your abilities, and you're trying to be the best. There's a reason that people say that stuff about it's lonely at the top. Uh, it's because of what it takes to get there and sustain. And I've seen what my level of that is, and what my level of that already kind of takes from me in my life, man. So I don't know. Like I really don't know that I can go back to that ever necessarily again. Just to be fully honest with you.
That makes sense.
I mean, you can't.
You know,
You have family. I mean, the guys that have family that are still like true competitors. Yeah, there you go, man. That's the good stuff right there. Yeah, that's a great
Nighttime.
country song that talks
it's
about like,
bedtime.
Mhm.
hey, give me some of the good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what the good stuff is. It's right there. Giving that good night kiss, and having the person say I love you. And I'll just say, and I tell a lot of people, you never know the last time your kids will ask you to pick them up.
For sure. For
I
sure.
mean, because it will stop. I mean, like I'm picking. It's a load, but my 260 pound, 20-year-old defensive tackle, I can still pick him up. It's a little different though. But I mean, like, it matters. But Stephen, hey man, you're on the glide path. You're killing it.
And we're all just working our best. We're all doing our best. And I think
You
that's
know,
that's what's happening. Everybody's doing their best. And if we can all just see that and not be so hard on each other all the time, life would be a lot better overall. And know that people make mistakes because they're doing their best, and we're all stretched thin, whether you have kids or you don't have kids. While you have lots of things that you care about, man. Not making this like as a joke or whatever, but we saw, you have your cat that you love that's been with you for a long time. So everybody has things that they care about and
I mean, Wallow's
they
killing it,
worry
man.
about.
I'm sure you saw the
So
latest photos. Wallow is doing the beefcake thing right now. He's fucking killing with those. He's
he's out
killing it.
here, hot girl summer.
Woo! Watch out.
Boy, what's that?
He's ready. He's ready. He's looking for that
So
that
Travis,
massive
I'm
vision.
not coaching. I will be doing a qualifier because I'm dumb. I'm a dumb old man that
Got to touch the fire.
uses like I'm the guy that from Monty Python. I'm not dead yet. I think I'll go for a walk.
Listen, man, the odds though, he talks a lot of shit, Travis. He talks a lot of shit, and he wants to go out there and do it. That way he can at least know what it's like to go out there and do it and have
Yeah,
that feeling, and he can at least know what that feels like one way or the other. That's why he's really going to compete, because it at least allows for him to speak with his full chest, and he can
that's
stand
right.
on whatever the competition ends up being like.
Yeah, people always say like, oh, you're just a guy that like watches people. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll step up. Like I said, it's fine. I mean,
Listen,
no
the,
expectations.
the
Baby
problem
purple.
is that some people don't know you and they don't know that you've been training too. It's like I don't, like I'm the photographer, but people don't know that I'm a purple belt.
Yeah, I've been for
It's like
like 10 years.
that's not something that I put out there constantly.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
So
true.
I've been training pretty solid since 2017.
yeah,
It's not the longest time, but I mean, I did my other martial arts before that. But yeah, I got it. I'm an old
we
dad.
all have at least some sort of a background.
Yeah, no question.
I've been doing jujitsu since 2002.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, so
Yeah, that's longer than I have.
if not
So,
longer, shit.
I started in
2008.
2008.
I'm sorry.
anyway, so
You old as shit.
2005. That's what
yeah,
it was.
we're all old. But hey, here's the thing:
Was it? No,
PGF,
I was 31.
come back in November.
Why are you just like a talking head right now? Does that look weird to anybody else? Sorry to cut you off, Egghead.
Who's talking ahead?
But he's
Me?
all black with his head just sticking on the black
Yeah.
hair.
I mean,
There's
he's
like a
a
It's
weird.
like
photographer, I
hoodie
don't
back
know.
here. Yeah.
Now it's there. Yeah, it's just weird.
So, anyways, the big thing is in November, PGF World Season 7, back in Vegas, baby Vegas. It's going to be insanity. Allegedly,
Sandy.
insanity.
Oh,
Insanity.
I was about to say it's like a dust storm or something
No,
at that time of the
no,
year.
I mean, I'm sure that,
Shit.
I mean, it's not exactly very humid there, but sure. So maybe insanity, pardon me.
Okay.
So allegedly, a lot of the rosters already been filled. Just from that talks with Robert Garza podcast. That's just what I hear.
Mm.
So go listen to that podcast. But what you see here is qualifiers. So we also know that the winner of each of these qualifiers is guaranteed a spot in PGF World Season 7. And what we all know from there is that, you know, at least 6 people will have a chance at 20 grand because, the overall championship is still $100,000 for the winning team of 5. And whoever wins the postseason tournament also gets $20,000. I mean, that's huge. I mean, just remember, guys, that was like, freaking Ryan, getting, that he was the first guy that got that money, and he was the best guy in the freaking whole world. And now it's just like, okay, you win it, boom, you get the money, bam. Thank you. Pardon me, interrupted my kids.
That's right.
All right. What else we got? I mean, we've been going on for a little while, so
Listen, this is the PGF Family Hour.
he was
Make sure
he
all
was
you people that follow us and know that we're real people just like y'all are. We got regular lives, even though we are mega superstars and whatever comes along with that y'all imagine. It's true.
Yeah.
It's all true.
the millions and the millions.
Yeah. Sorry guys, the kids have done a little extra duty today, but
Nah, man.
It's all
Listen,
good.
that's what we're talking
So,
about. It's all good.
listen, to me, our podcast is always being about hanging out. There's times that we don't even talk about jujitsu. We just talk about life and other
Yeah.
shit that's going on.
I think it's
So,
important. I think it's
yeah,
important.
bro. Yeah, like listen, and sometimes we have no news. Like today, we don't have anything. We heard that the roster is pretty much done, and we still have no names for you that we can give you. So
We might have a name or two we know, but we can't tell you
If you listen
Yeah.
to
because
was
we're
it
the
the
double secret
Grappling Hour?
inside.
If you listen to the Grappling Hour with Rafa Sparza,
Oh,
oh,
You may or
did
may-
they give out a name?
I don't know.
wait,
Not
wait.
Raph.
Hey,
Raph
hey,
didn't.
hey, hey.
Well,
Raph-
listen,
It wasn't
tell us
Raph.
what-
It was not Raph. 100% Raf didn't give up anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Interesting. Well, listen, let's give those guys a shout out because they're part of the
us,
PGF.
yeah, the
They're the
grappling hour,
bullpen.
the
Yeah, I
bullpen.
mean
Is
the
that what
Yeah,
that's what
bullpen
they
with
are?
Inside BJJ, great podcast. Love watching them, listening to them.
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, it's my favorite show on Wednesdays between 6 and 7, baby.
Is it every week?
Oh, the
Yeah.
bullpen has been
Okay.
happening, and they're actually going to have. Oh, Steven, you need to know this. You know, Jake's taking a sabbatical, so they need guest hosts. For their third. I threw my name in the ring, and your name's been thrown in the ring too.
I threw your
So,
name in the ring. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. I mean,
well, not sorry. I mean, Steven, you'd be great at it.
Jake's pretty good, but I feel like I could definitely enhance their show a little bit.
Bro, I would
Maybe.
love to see a competition between you and Jake.
Listen,
Just shadow
Jake's
boxing.
awesome, bro. Oh, I want to shadow box the shit out of him if I get the chance. Listen, he's tough though. He's tough. The guy's got skills. I saw him shadow boxing once. So yeah, I got my hands full whenever that time comes. Jake, I'm still practicing my shadow boxing skills for that day, son. You don't know when that video is gonna pop off.
The two of those jokers were constantly shadow boxing at the PGF behind the scenes. You just see them just like doing their thing.
Listen, how many people that are watching this show right now, if you are with your friends or anywhere, if you strike, train, you shadow box, or you're hand fighting with your friends, like be honest. How much does that happen? Any little person.
I only do it when I'm around you because you start with your shit and you're like,
see, maybe I just bring that kind of energy everywhere I am, so I think that it happens
like,
everywhere.
1, 2 to the cross, to the back spinning kick, to the leg kick, to
Look,
the
I
knee.
just gotta be
I'm
hyped
like,
up.
oh man,
Y'all are asking me to keep these millions of people hyped up.
And millions.
I gotta do it somehow. I gotta be fighting these air demons everywhere I go.
Guys, I missed you so much. I really have. It's been great being back.
Jake, I'm coming for you.
Oh,
yeah. Actually, he ghosted us. I mean, we might not even see him until PGF season 7.
Really?
yeah, he was supposed to be on the podcast.
Hey,
yeah.
Is he okay?
Who?
Yeah, I'm sure he's just working, man. I mean,
Okay, cool. No, I was gonna say I just make sure we're not talking shit about him if he's not okay. If you're okay,
No, he's just busy.
Okay. Jake, you're
working
busy.
constantly.
You're busy.
Great.
Oh, Jake, you're busy, Jake. Oh, Jake.
Young man's trying to make his way in the world. I mean,
Oh.
he's got that the toddler. I mean, like what, 4 months old?
You're too busy for us now, Jake. Is that what it is, Jake?
Hey,
You wait
we
till
talked
I
about this
see you,
before. We
Jake.
prioritizing.
No, I'm gonna prioritize these hands in a video. Only
Don't
in
listen
video
to Jake.
format.
You're all good, man.
Listen, I said only in video format though, so it's gonna be safe, but it's gonna be threatening.
He's gonna catch that digital smoke.
That's right, son. The NFT style.
All right, guys, listen. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to our nonsense. I mean, it's just a hang for us for the most part. So we'll catch you next week. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have somebody with us. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging
as soon
out.
as we can. I mean, that's the thing. Is like we will give you the information as soon as we can, but we're a ways out, guys. So we'll see.
Listen, I agree with you, Travis. This was great. I think everybody trying to be all like, we're going to talk about only the jiu-jitsu news things that people talk about or whatever. Is one thing, that's a kind of show that's good and interesting. But y'all know we're real people. Y'all seen us for a long time here. Y'all saw these guys before y'all saw me on here too. So we're all just real people, and I think it's nice to humanize the people of the PGF. That's what makes us who we are. Is you guys are us. We are all like the PGF thing like that. So definitely, man, it's cool to have these kind of conversations because it's who we are.
I mean, completely, Stephen. Like I say so many times, like Travis, I was you. Season 1, PGF, I was you. I was just in the chats all the time with the PGF insiders, and finally, I was like, damn it, we just keep talking to Egghead. So
now he's gonna get beat up in a qualifier for it.
There you go.
This could be you too, Travis.
Woo! Watch out.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you next week.
That was a
Adios.
heart.